everyone. My name is Julianne, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us today for our College of Arts and Sciences virtual alumni panel. We are so excited to have you be a part of this panel and ask some questions about your Mizzou experience. So before we hop on to some questions, can everyone go ahead and introduce themselves? So say your name, major, when you went here, graduation year, and current title or employment.
Hi, I'm Bailey Gerstner. I graduated in 2018 and was a psychology major. And I currently am a mental health therapist at an eating disorder treatment center.
Hi, I'm Maya Hill. I graduated in 2020, so just happened in May. And I was a sociology major when I was at Mizzou, and I'm currently a law student at Northeastern University.
Hello, my name is Anthony Greer. I graduated in 2018 with a Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies with an emphasis in IT, Communications, and Sociology. And I am currently a IT support specialist for a private school here in Chicago.
Great, thank you everyone. We can jump right into the first question. What is your favorite Mizzou memory?
My favorite Mizzou memory was from my time on the homecoming steering committee. So I got to be a tri-director in my senior year and really just built a lot of really special relationships with people and with different parts of Mizzou, and got to really know and love Mizzou even more. And so the culmination of that experience was at the homecoming football game when we got to walk out on the middle of the field and just really feel the excitement and all that we had built and worked so hard to create. Was just a really special Mizzou memory for me.
My favorite Mizzou memory was actually serving as a Panhellenic counselor for primary recruitment and getting to run home to my house again and see all of the women who I'd had the opportunity to build community with and welcome them to their Mizzou experience find their homes as well.
My favorite Mizzou memory was my time working with the student radio station on campus, KCOU. I actually got a chance to go to the broadcast booth at Faurot Field, Memorial Stadium in Faurot Field, and basically, help program a big event on the field, and it was pretty awesome.
Very cool. Thanks, everyone. Our second question is, how were you involved during your time at Mizzou?
I was lucky enough to be on the Alumni Association Student Board. I was on the Homecoming Steering Committee. I was a part of a Greek chapter on campus. I was involved in research through the psychology department and through the Honors College, and I was involved with the Newman Center on campus.
I did a little bit of everything during my time at Mizzou. So I was in a Greek chapter. I was the director of inclusivity and then later the director of outreach for the Missouri Student Association. I was a Panhellenic counselor. I was a summer welcome leader, and finally wrapped up my time as an involvement ambassador as the vice president of membership training and curriculum for them. So developing programming for involvement for all the students.
During my time in Mizzou, I was actually I was a part of the radio station, KCOU FM. I was a member of member and still a member of the National Society of Black Engineers. I was a president for a campus ministry. I was on the Legion of Black Collegians homecoming court. And I worked with the Missouri Students Association as a technical assistant.
Wow, you guys are all very involved. We love to see that. Moving right along to our next question. So specifically in the College of Arts and Science, or also Mizzou in general, was there a resource offered by them that you wish you would have discovered sooner in your education?
Yeah, so my time in a research lab on campus really shaped me, I think, professionally for the career that I've gotten into. I think, well, I had to go to grad school to reach the career that I wanted. And so my time in the research lab allowed me to have the mentorship that I needed to navigate the grad school application and selection process. It gave me a lot of really important skills that have helped me in grad school and in my career now, and really helped me kind of connect the dots, I think, between the classroom and the work that I was really passionate in. And so kind of taking it a step further from just what we learned in lectures to being able to apply it to a project and a population that I was really passionate about and chose to learn more about. So that was a resource that really helped me to kind of take the step that I wanted to take in my career after I left campus.
Yeah, I think the resource that I wish I knew sooner was just everything in the Center for Student Involvement. I think not enough people find their way up into the CSI on the second floor of the Student Center. And having had the opportunity to work there for so many years on the student government side and then also on the involvement side, I feel like my freshman year would have been so much better and smoother had I seen the ways that Mizzou was trying to help me build community with things like the involvement ambassadors and the organization resource group up in the CSI.
For me, I think utilizing, I would say 95% of the resources in the Student Success Center was something that I wish I'd kind of gotten a little bit more in program with sooner, because as someone who, has like some like strengths and weaknesses in certain academic areas, I feel like I was kind of trying to dig through other ways of trying to figure out how to, navigate some like through some classes. But once I kind of did, it kind of made a big difference. Like, man, I wish I had definitely like, got involved with it sooner, just to kind of help me and kind of save my butt in some ways with classes and everything. But nonetheless, I found it, and I think, everyone should get acquainted with those resources.
Yeah, those are all really great resources, and I can vouch to that as this current student that those are very helpful too. And then our last but not least question is, what is the best advice you can offer to the College of Arts and Science students today?
I think if I had to pick one piece of advice, I would say I know that Mizzou feels really big sometimes, especially when you first get there, but to just find one thing that you can start with getting involved with, to make Mizzou just feel a little bit smaller and kind of start to find your people and your place on campus. And I think you'd be surprised how one thing just leads to another. And that snowball effect of meeting more people and finding other corners of campus and really uncovering your passions. And so just getting started with one thing. And if that thing isn't something that you stick with for 4 years, or if it is, I think that it can really lead to just discovering who you are and making the most of your time on campus.
My best advice for a Mizzou student is actually advice that was given to me as I was training to be a summer welcome leader all those years ago, which is love Mizzou enough to want to change it. This institution can give so much, and it's an incredible honor to be able to give back to it in any way that you find yourself able to, even if that means getting into some good trouble and making some changes. Love Mizzou enough to leave it even better than we found it and set it up for many more years of positive growth.
I think one of the best advice that I can give, and it kind of it kind of complements what Maya just said. Just challenging yourself, because there's so many opportunities and there's so many avenues where you can kind of find yourself in and really find your niche. I think challenging yourself makes a big difference, not only for your academic career but also just your professional career. I think, just with college going so fast, you kind of lose kind of track, and it's like, okay, well, what can I do to kind of find what what find something to help me kind of develop myself. And so don't be afraid to kind of go outside of your comfort zone, do something that your typical self wouldn't do. And I think at the end of it, there's always going to be some type of positive outcome, and something to take away from it that'll help you out in the future.
Those are all really great pieces of advice. Thank you, everyone. And thank you all again for joining us today and sharing your experiences. Being able to learn from you all and other alum is such a great opportunity for students here. True Tiger Network members, don't forget that you have the opportunity to continue these conversations with alumni by signing up for the Mizzou Mentoring Program. And by taking a short quiz, you'll be able to choose an alumni mentor with similar interests and career goals. So for more information, you can check out mizzou.com/mentoring, and the link is scrolling along the bottom. So thank you all again so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. MIZ.
COU.